Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the Plug Talk Sports live show. This is episode 220. Myself, Danny Torres, Jonka Don't Stop, and Brandon Hernandez. Today is going to be a very fun show. We're going to be making our picks for March Madness that starts this week. Is that time of the year. And as always, it really is madness. But it's always fun to make our picks and to see where we differ or where we align. But first off, I want to say congratulations to Team USA for advancing to the final of the World Baseball Classic as underdogs, taking down the Dominican Republic 2-1 last night. Italy and Venezuela is currently going on right now. But what a game. What a game. No one thought that we would be able to pull it off. Everyone was on the hype train with the DR, saying how they had the best lineup in all of, the World Baseball Classic. Yeah, it's 2-1 for Italy right now, which is a surprising. Italy's been upsetting everybody this WBC. But, hey, man, Skeens was on the mound, except from that one homer that he gave up. He was solid. Aaron Judge out in right field, throwing Tatis Jr. out at third. Man, DR was going deep into their bullpen, but USA got it done. So congratulations to Team USA. As a proud American, I can't wait to see them play in the final tomorrow night against either Italy or Venezuela. Kind of wanted to be Italy, wanted a little revenge. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun, and can capture our second World Baseball Classic title and come within one of Japan, who has 3. But anyways, I want to ask you guys, with our bracket, Jonka's going to put the bracket on the screen for all of the viewers. I have mine right here that I'm going to personally fill out as we go. Do you boys want to start, just go right into the bracket, or do you guys want to start with the first 4?
Well, we got to go the first 4. I mean, we got to know who makes it out, who tubs it out.
Okay. All right. Okay. First 4. Well, Jonka, if you will, please, let's get it on the screen.
It should be this one. All right, you guys see my screen? You don't? Yes?
Yep. Got you there.
Perfect.
All right, we're going to start with the first 4, Jonka. So I don't know. Do they have the first 4 up there?
It doesn't have the first 4, but we can just go through it as right now. So
okay, I'll read them out. So first matchup, Jonka and Brandon, UMBC versus Howard. So,
well, you definitely got to go for the
record.
UMBC.
Yeah.
They got a pretty good Cinderella story every single time they're ever in the tournament. Yeah. I love the fact that if Hard Rock Live was, looking at this game, they're foaming at the mouth if they get in. You got to go with UMBC.
I'm with you. I'm going UMBC.
I'm only going for UMBC because it has UM in it. So.
All right. Texas and NC State. I'm going with NC State.
In this one, because NC State, when they played against the Canes, and that was actually a road game the last time they played, the Canes went through them like nothing. It was more of a game that they collected in there. I like Texas. I think this would have been a spot that Oklahoma should have got, but I got the Longhorns in this one.
Man, it's hard. Now I feel like I want to switch my pick, but you know what? I'm going to stick with NC State.
I also want to go with the Longhorns, but I have to represent the ACC. So I'm going to stick with NC State. I'm going with NC State.
All right. I'm going to stick SEC, so.
Brandon, we all know this. Brandon's an SEC guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Prairie View A&M against Lehigh.
Well, I hope that Lehigh wins that game. I mean, again, no matter what happens, both these teams will go against the Gators, So kind of a depth sentence there. But I'm going to go with Lehigh, though. I think Lehigh's got it.
I agree with you. I'm going Lehigh.
Triple threat, same.
All right. Final game, the final first 4, should I say. Miami, Ohio, and SMU. Oh, boy. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio.
I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Miami, Ohio. I'm going to go Mi
Yeah, same here. I think there's a lot of disrespect with that team.
Yeah,
Like,
there is.
no one loves to see Mac action for some reason. It's only a one-loss team. And the game that they lost was a close one in their own conference tournament. I got them going through this one, though. Love SMU, but they got some injuries. I like going with the Miami University.
Jonka?
I do think that Miami of Ohio should be in the tournament, but I just don't know if they're good enough to play SMU. I'm going to take SMU.
All right, so this is the way it's going to work. We've gone through the first four. We're going to do East, then South, West, and then Midwest. Let's start with East. Duke and Siena. I mean, come on, guys. This should be a no-brainer. Yeah, this should Brandon answer the spot.
Oh man, dude, bro. Hey, Boozer moving on, baby.
That should be a no-brainer. Here we are, Ohio State TCU. I feel like we might diverge here. My pick is going to be TCU.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there, Daniel. I think TCU edges it out.
Yeah, same. I don't think it's going to be that close. I think TCU's got that.
Put this on my bracket. All right, St. John's, Northern Iowa, 5 against 12. St. John's 28-6, Northern Iowa 23-12. I'm going with St. John's.
Not going against the Patino Godfather. If there's a white suit in the court, they probably win by 30. I got St. John's.
So do I. We're locked in so far.
Yeah, so far so good. Kansas and Cal Baptist going with the Jayhawks.
Yeah, definitely go with Jayhawks here. A team that I don't say is as strong as people think, but definitely gets to the first round.
I have to agree with Brandon there. Kansas has been up and down this year, losing games they shouldn't have. And then also Darren Peterson, that star player who decided to sit out the last couple weeks. I still have to go with Kansas, but anything can happen with this because Kansas has been literally disrespecting other teams and you just think they can just walk through. But I'll stick with Kansas for now.
This is another matchup that I feel that we might not agree with. Louisville and South Florida. I'm actually going to go with USF. I'm actually going to have USF in this matchup.
Same here. If there is going to be an upset, and there's always a 12 seed upset here and there, I think this is going to be the first one of March Madness. Definitely going full Bulls on this one.
Jonka?
I was looking at this game earlier today, and I was trying to fill out my own bracket. And I think this game is going to be closer than people think. I think Louisville, coming off of that loss to Miami in the quarterfinal, I think they're going to be ready to go. I think they're going to get this one. Do you want me to put mine, or do you want me to put yours? Like, how we want to do it?
Whoever has the majority. So right now, me and Brandon have the majority. All right, Michigan State, North Dakota State, Spartans on that one for me.
Agree.
You know, I think we gotta give the underdog some class. I got North Dakota State taking that one.
Wow.
I mean, it also feels like, is this their first year of Division I basketball? It feels like it, man. I mean, if they're any as good as the Division II football team that they have, you gotta love to see it, man. So I got North Dakota State in an upset.
That would be a crazy upset. I'm not gonna lie to you, Brandon, but I just don't think North Dakota State. I think Michigan State has a pretty good team this year, and I think they do get over the hump. And I think they at least make the second round.
Remember that pick, Brandon. Remember that pick.
Yeah, I got locked in on 4 brackets already, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
UCLA and UCF.
This is a tough one.
I actually got the Knights in this one. I think they've been picking up steam.
I like it. I
have UCF. Same here. I just was a little scared that I was going to say UCF and you guys are going to be like, are you crazy?
I don't know. We're all agree UCF. Go Knights.
All right. UConn and Furman. I'm going with the Huskies.
Brandon? Yeah, I can't deny that. Yep.
Okay. I wanted to just find out.
Can't deny UConn.
Jonka's a little suspicious on you now, Brandon.
Look, you can be suspicious all you want. One of these are going to be an upset. I'm just saying which ones.
I agree.
All right.
I agree.
Guys, this is not even a question. Florida against Lehigh. We're going with the Gators, right?
Yeah, all UF on this one. Team's too good to just be bouncing around. Should have been in the SEC tournament championship game on Sunday. I think they, they moved the wheels in the right direction, though. I think they get through the first round easy in Tampa.
Am I missing a part of
it? This is
I had to scroll down all the way.
Yeah, you gotta scroll. There you
go.
Yeah, you gotta pick Florida there.
Yeah,
all
no
right.
problem.
Clemson and Iowa. Oh man.
I was going through the stats for this game because I think this game is like 50-50.
Yeah.
What I've heard from the analysts out there that Clemson is like undefeated when they hold teams to under 65, but I don't think they're gonna be able to hold Iowa to 65 or under. So I'm taking Iowa. If you guys listen to me,
I'm going the same direction here, Iowa as well. I just think that conference-wise, you go through that gauntlet, Big Ten basketball. I think they get settled in the first round, unlike a Clemson team.
I mean, I will say credit to Clemson. They did give Duke some sort of fight in that ACC tournament, but it wasn't enough. It's going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same with Iowa, which leads us to Vanderbilt and McNeese. Oh,
McNeese got this one in the bag. I don't care what anyone says. There's too much aura in that locker room. They're bringing out the trainer again with the ice, the speaker on the side, for those who know. I'm telling you, they will make a push. Vanderbilt, tough loss in the SEC championship game. But were they even supposed to be there? You just got rid of Jerry Stackhouse as your head coach. I think that they take a pushback. I think McNeese takes this one.
I'm going to agree with Brandon. I'm going to go with McNeese.
Okay. I think Vanderbilt is going to win this, but I'll go with the upset, sure.
Nebraska and Troy, I'm going with the Cornhuskers.
Same here.
Same.
All right. Let me write in my Nebraska.
For anybody that's watching, don't be afraid to comment if you oppose any of our picks.
Jonko, we're gonna need a good plug picks on Friday night with the March Madness.
Bro, do you have any idea what none of you guys know what you're in for, bro, on Friday. my credit card is gonna be on lockdown.
Oh boy. North Carolina and VCU.
Even though North Carolina has the injuries, they still have the Tar Heels moving through. That team overall has a good roster.
They have not been playing well since they lost.
That's my
Caleb
issue.
Wilson. Since they lost Caleb Wilson, they have not been playing that well. They're still good. They got the talent. But is it enough? You need star power in this tournament. I don't know if they have it, but I do think it'll be a closer game, and I do think they have the better roster, so I will go with NC State and North Carolina.
Yeah, it's North Carolina. I don't think they'll go far, but in this first round, I've got UNC. Illinois and Penn.
I think Illinois.
I think the Fighting Illinois have got it.
Yeah.
I don't think Ivy League is going to be an issue this time around.
All right. Final matchup of the South region, or final two matchups in the South region, should I say. St. Mary's and Texas A&M. I'm going with St. Mary's.
Same.
I don't know.
Oh, my.
I don't know. Very physical Aggie team. They've been cases where, they haven't been able to, get offensive rhythm in games, and it just shuts them down for the rest of the year, or rather, rest of the season. Still like the Aggies. I just can't think of a world where, we have a Houston versus St. Mary's game. I like Texas A&M in that.
Foreshadowing?
Very, very.
All right. Moving on to the West region, Arizona and Long Island. I'm going Arizona. I would hope that's all three of us going for Arizona.
Wait, did you go for Houston, Daniel?
Yeah, I think all.
Oh,
Houston.
that's right. Houston and Idaho. Yes, I put Houston in my bracket.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no.
Arizona, Long Island. I've got Arizona.
Yeah, all the way to the top. Yeah, I got Arizona as well. Feel bad for Long Island because they got like that skull that they do in like after games, which is like I didn't think there was a Viking connection with sharks, but I think the tradition dies there. So I got Arizona.
Jonka,
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah, I'm going Arizona. As much as I love sharks, Arizona went fishing and they came out with the catch, bro.
See, you gotta do half of these picks on just costume in general, like mascots, man. Like that's the best way. Which one would beat in a fight, hypothetically? You know, that's the way I'm looking at half of these things.
Villanova and Utah State. Man, I'm actually
tough
going with Utah State.
I'm not going against the Pope, so we're gonna go Villanova here.
This is one of the ones that I was having trouble with. Because I think this is the Mountain West conference. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Villanova, man, they got that pedigree, bro. I'm gonna go Villanova. I don't know why, but I do.
Good answer.
Okay. Wisconsin and High Point.
I don't know why people are saying that this is a trap game from Wisconsin. Like Wisconsin nearly beat Michigan the other day. Like people look at this like, oh my gosh, High Point. You know, like that doesn't scream Cinderella story in March. I'm not jumping into that. I got Wisconsin.
I agree.
Yeah, go Badgers.
Arkansas and Hawaii. So the Razorbacks.
This could be an upset.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in the Rainbow Warriors, man. I'm a very big believer in the Rainbow Warriors. Like, I really don't like Calipari on top of that. So, yeah, let's go Rainbow Warriors here. Let's go Hawaii.
Let's go Hawaii. I'm going with the upset here.
Hawaii. It is.
Damn, okay, clean off the board. Okay.
All right. BYU. And for me and Jonko, we picked NC State. Brandon picked Texas. So I'm going BYU. Brandon, who are you going for in your matchup?
BYU as well. AJ, he's one of the best in the nation. You got to give it to him.
Same. I'm going BYU, no matter whichever team wins between Texas or NC State.
Gonzaga and from Conference USA, Kennesaw State. That's Gonzaga.
Hey, this is what I gotta say about that, Daniel. This is what I say because early, like a month ago, I put a bet, $9 bet, on the Gonzaga versus Portland game, and Portland being like a trash team that nobody even thought was gonna win that game, ended up upsetting Gonzaga. So I'm not putting it over Kennesaw State to upset Gonzaga at this point. Do I think it's gonna happen? No. But I would not be surprised if Gonzaga chokes again.
Stop. It won't be the Kennesaw State.
I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me.
It would have been nice, though. It would have been nice, though, if it would have been FIU coming out of Conference USA.
Bro, it would have been nice. I will agree.
It would have been, yeah.
All right, your Hurricanes against Missouri. I'm going with the Canes here.
Yeah, I got Canes as well. The worst part about this game, though, against Mizzou in Missouri, like who else in the conference, not even the conference, but like the entire nation going to March Madness has a situation like this. But yeah, I got Canes on the way, though. They got plenty of talent and plenty of experience on the roster to push it. I do have Miami going through.
I do have my Canes going through, but the one thing that just scares me about my team is that sometimes they get really like careless with the basketball and they commit too many turnovers and it can get into their heads and then that's what happened. And then we just saw what happened with Virginia and we just got blown out. So that's one thing. I mean, maybe it could have been a good thing that we lost to Virginia, so we could just like a measuring stick. But I am gonna say Miami, but I wouldn't honestly. This team is it's only a 1 year team. Like Jay Lucas made this roster with nobody on the roster. Like he just I can get into that later. We'll go into that later.
Purdue or Queens. I believe I was reading a very interesting article about Queens that they're supposed to merge with another university next year, and this is the first time that they make it to the NCAA tournament. So this will be their first and only time as Queens before they merge with this other university. But anyways, I mean, it's not gonna last long because I got Purdue.
Yeah, it'll be their first and last time losing in March Madness. Purdue as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Queens, but Purdue's moving on.
So we got Michigan against UMBC. I feel like Brandon's gonna go for an upset here.
I don't know. I mean, I like Michigan. They kind of got screwed over for what part of region they are, though. This is like, I mean, anybody can come out of this region. You know what I mean? Like, Michigan is no exception. But I do have Michigan getting out of the first round, though. I do think that they have enough to be, deep in this region.
I agree. I'm going with the Wolverines. Jonka?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Wolverines on this one.
The Bulldogs of Georgia against St. Louis. I'm going with St. Louis, guys.
You read my mind.
Yep, same here. Same here.
That. I feel like for the years that we have been doing this, so far in this first round, this is probably the most in agreement the three of us have ever been.
We're opening to the underdog. We're opening to the underdog here, man.
Texas Tech or the home of LeBron James, Akron. Man.
Yeah, we're going with the great state of Ohio here. Akron goes through.
Wow.
Jonka, I'm actually going with Brandon. That's why
I don't mind it. I mean, Texas Tech to me is more of a football school. Not bad at basketball, but damn. But just Akron though. Akron got too much aura, bro.
Let him cook, man. Let him cook.
Akron it is.
The Crimson Tide of Alabama or Hofstra. I'm going with the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, same here.
Yep, same.
All right, let's go. Tennessee against Miami, Ohio for me and Brandon. I think Jonka had SMU. Am I crazy if I would say Miami, Ohio?
Maybe.
Not really.
Brandon's liking it.
I do like it because you go into the first round, especially if you're Tennessee, it's like you haven't really faced anybody. You have all this time off from the tournament ending early for you guys. Like, Miami, Ohio is coming straight off a win, hypothetically.
Yeah.
You mean a loss?
Well, to you, a loss.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got you.
To you, a loss. But Miami, Ohio, I think they just got to prove themselves. I think they do it here. You got to beat Tennessee.
I'm not disagreeing with you, man.
Yeah, I got my bucket, man. I don't want to be on the train.
I have to put Miami, Ohio because it's majority, but I'm going Tennessee. I don't think Miami, Ohio. Like you were saying that Tennessee hasn't played anybody. Miami of Ohio hasn't played anybody.
Man, come on. They played UMass. That's huge.
Oh, buddy, come on. Come on, bro. Let's be honest here.
All right.
I'd be surprised, bro, if that actually happens.
Virginia or Wright State? I'm going with the Cavaliers.
Same here, yeah.
ACC.
I think Jonka's just going to pick anyone ACC just because.
No, I didn't pick Clemson, so I'm consistent.
Kentucky or Santa Clara?
Why does this scream Santa Clara to me, bro? Oh, man. Let's be honest here, guys.
I kind of hate this Kentucky team this year. I really hate the Kentucky team this year. They're not consistent. It's a bunch of new guys. Was it Mark Pope or whatever his name is, the coach now there? They've been on a weird slide downwards, but I think they get out of the first round, though, at least the first round.
This is a tough one for me. What do you think, Daniel? Because,
dude,
Kentucky has been the most inconsistent thing. Oh, man. I think I'm going to go with Santa Clara, bro.
Yeah. I'm giving in, man.
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara. Iowa State, Tennessee State. I'm going Iowa State. That's just a weird game, right?
Yeah, this is not even a debate.
All right. Gentlemen, we are moving on to the second round. Duke, TCU. I don't think this should be a question either. I'm going with the Blue Devils.
Yep, Duke as well.
Same.
St. John's against Kansas. I'm actually going to go St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's by 20.
Yeah, I'm going St. John's. We're all in agreement with St. John's, bro.
All right. So, me and Jonka have South Florida, Michigan State. Brandon has South Florida, North Dakota State. Brandon, what would your pick be?
We're gonna have to go with the Bulls here. McNeese did their job. They showcased the Cinderella story. They'll have a bunch of news outlets preaching out for them for a day and a half, but I think South Florida pushes it through.
Jonka, I'm actually gonna go Michigan State over South Florida.
I agree. I think I'm gonna go Michigan State as well.
So, UCF, UConn.
Got to go with the Huskies on this one.
Yeah.
Have to go with the Huskies.
I thought about it for a second, but yeah, I got to go with the Huskies. Jonka?
Oh, man. This UConn team has lost a couple games this year that they weren't supposed to. UCF has actually surprised a lot of people this year. I think coaching is going to matter in this game, and I think UConn takes it.
Okay, Florida, Iowa. I'm going Gators.
Yep, all Gators, right over left.
Jonka, Florida as well?
I cannot pick Iowa over the Gators. I would love for Iowa to win, but I can't do it.
I believe me and Brandon had McNeese in Nebraska. Jonka, you picked Vanderbilt?
Yeah.
I'm going to continue with McNeese, Brandon.
Really?
I'm going to continue with McNeese.
Man, I mean, let it ride. Let's go, McNeese. Let it ride.
What? Jesus. Yo, are we just gonna let Florida just walk into the Sweet 16?
Hey, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that at all.
North Carolina, Illinois. I think Illinois takes down UNC here.
I got Tar Heels in this one.
Jonka, you can be the tiebreaker here.
Man.
I mean, I would think about it here, man. I mean, they beat Duke early.
I am thinking about it. Illinois has lost some games this year that I was questioning their sanity. Man, I mean, I would love to go for the ACC on this one, bro. This is a tough one. They come off of a tough VCU game? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Brandon. I'm gonna stick
Okay.
with Carolina.
And then I believe we all had St. Mary's in Houston. Yes.
Yep.
I think Brandon had St. Mary's. Did you have No, you had Texas A&M, right?
I did. I had an all Texas matchup, but we're gonna go with a big H this time. Houston pushing through.
John, I'm gonna go with St. Mary's.
The only reason I'm going with St. Mary's is because Houston, all they focus on is defense, and they really struggle to score the ball. I think St. Mary's can score more points than Houston, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. St. Mary's moves on, baby.
All right, we're going to the West Region, second round. Arizona, Utah State. I'm going Arizona, boys.
Yeah, I got because again, this will be hypothetically Arizona Villanova. I do have Arizona as well.
I also have Arizona. Unfortunately, Villanova does not go through.
Wisconsin, Hawaii. Did we all have that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the Badgers.
I'm going the Rainbow Warriors.
Oh, he's going Hawaii again.
I'm going the Mountain West champs.
Hey, yo, Brandon. I don't know what's going on today, but we might be thinking alike, bro.
Yeah.
Rainbow Warriors, let's go! Right in.
All right, you guys both got Hawaii. You can plug in Hawaii. BYU, Gonzaga. I'm going BYU.
BYU by 15.
BYU, baby. Gonzaga chokes again.
Miami and Purdue. Sorry, Jonka. End of the line. Purdue over the Canes.
I got my Canes. I think Purdue is always that team that was always either one or two in the rankings, and they always lose it. So I'm going Miami. Brandon, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think that for Miami's point of view, though, it's like you either win the game or you lose by 30. There's no in between. This is a game where they can really fall behind real fast. I got Purdue in this one.
Okay.
Michigan and St. Louis.
Wolverines all the way.
Going with the Wolverines.
Same.
Akron and Alabama. I'm going to go with Akron.
Damn. We're going to have 2 12 seeds on both sides?
I got to go with the A, man. I got to go with Alabama. That is the A, man. I'm telling you.
I'm going with Akron. Jonka?
Man. Do I really think Akron can beat out a top SEC team? I don't see it happening. Sorry, Daniel.
That's fine. Jonka has Tennessee. Me and Brandon both have Miami, Ohio against Virginia.
Bro, please.
Virginia's that good this year. I got Virginia.
Virginia really gave Duke a scare, bro.
Yep.
I was wondering to see what you guys were gonna say.
I was just saying, I thought Tennessee was gonna beat them up. Okay, I mean we're all in agreement with Virginia. So
Santa Clara, Iowa State.
Iowa State by 30 probably.
I go Iowa State as well.
Same.
All right, we have reached the Sweet 16.
This is gonna be nuts.
So in this Sweet 16, we're starting off with Duke versus St. John's. Oh, I'm going Duke. I mean, as much as I like St. John's, I'm going with the Blue Devils.
I think St. John's got this one in the bag. I think It's too soon for Duke. They haven't even been to like a Final Four in God knows how long. But Rick Pitino, I mean, he's got to push to get one more title under his belt before he's gone and retired. So I got St. John's.
Well, Brandon, Rick Pitino can keep pushing because it's going to be Duke Blue Devils.
Michigan State and UConn. Man, Jonka.
Where are you at, Daniel? I'm not even. I can't see your face. Look at me. Look at me and say it. Look at me and say it.
Michigan State.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Brandon, please tell me. Wait, let me guess, Brandon. UConn.
I thought Michigan State was going to get kicked down the first round, so I got UConn in a hypothetical against South Florida, but
against South Florida. Okay.
But yeah, I do have UConn though. I do have UConn.
Okay. Got you.
All right, guys, no question. Florida for me was Florida McNeese. Yeah, it's gonna be Florida.
Yep.
Brandon, who did you have in that? Florida, Nebraska?
Yeah, Florida, Nebraska. Still going with the Gators in this point, though. I think the Gators are just the team to beat.
So Brandon's got North Carolina, and you had Houston?
Yeah, North Carolina, Houston. I think that's when you see the Tar Heels start exiting. Now we have ourselves a final rematch. And I like that for Houston against Florida.
I had Illinois, St. Mary's, and I'm going Illinois. Jonka, what's on the bracket?
I have North Carolina and St. Mary's.
And you are going?
I think we're going to get North Carolina despite another they keep squeaking by somehow.
All right, we go to the West region. Arizona against Wisconsin. For me, you guys had Arizona and Hawaii.
Rainbow Warriors, baby. Rainbow Warriors. We're seeing it through. Arizona, there's always going to be a hiccup. This is that hiccup.
Wow. Brandon, I don't know what's going on today, bro.
Dude,
you and me are locked in, bro.
It's a good roster. It's a good team. It's solid.
Bro.
I'm going Arizona over Wisconsin on my bracket.
Arizona has been like choking so many games, bro. Like Brandon, you and me know, we understand what. I don't know how many times they've lost games.
Dude, real ball knowers know, man. This team should not be losing X amount of games, and they do. So there's going to be a choke job at some point in this tournament.
I agree. I love it.
BYU, Purdue. I'm going with BYU.
Yeah, same here. I think this is when talent really does show in teams, and they got the most talent on BYU.
I love it. I like it.
Go down, Jonka. So you guys have Michigan and Alabama. I have Michigan and Akron. That's the end of the line for them. I'm going Michigan.
Yeah.
I actually have the Crimson Tide pushing through. I think this is Oates' time. I think Crimson moves on.
Jonka?
I'm gonna stick with Michigan. I think they're a better team, to be honest.
Virginia, Iowa State. Give me the Cavaliers.
Same here. Virginia all the way.
Yep. They're a good team.
All right. So as I finish putting this in my bracket, we head to the Elite Eight. For me and Jonka, it is Duke and Michigan State. Jonka, it ends there. It's Duke.
Yeah.
Brandon, who did you have in that matchup?
So I actually had going to be St. John's taking on UConn. And this is basically a rematch of the championship game for the Conference of the Big East. I think St. John's, who did win the Big East, I think they kind of repeat what they did, steer the ship right, they move on. Final Four.
I have Florida and Illinois. Jonka, you guys have Florida and North Carolina there. I'm going Florida for sure.
Yep, got to give it for the Gators.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to give it to the Gators.
All right, we go to the other side of the bracket. I have Arizona, BYU. You guys have Hawaii and BYU. No, Brandon, come on.
Let her ride. We're going with Hawaii.
Oh
This team
my
is a
God.
dynamite. This team is absolutely a Cinderella story. This is, and again, first time since 2013, 2017, something around that time where they're actually in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see it through. I got Hawaii.
John.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I think this is where it ends, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going BYU as well. All right, who we got in the bottom? We've got Michigan and Virginia. I am going Virginia.
Virginia as well.
Can't hate on it. Let's go Virginia.
All right, so this leads us to the Final Four. Duke against Florida. Brandon, you have, I believe you said UConn.
St. John's.
St. John's against Florida.
Yeah, I think because when you look at what's going on with the Florida Gators, you only have so many losses, but it's also, more than half of those losses, you're looking at teams that are not even in the conference of the SEC. And we're talking about, they lost against Arizona, they lost against Duke. So these are, matchups that at the Final Four level, this is when you start seeing those type of matchups where they have a lot of quad one wins, but this is contending teams. I think St. John's has battled that through UConn, through a lot of the Big East in their own schedule. I got St. John's beating Florida, believe it or not.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is coming from a University of Florida graduate. How to put that out there.
Yeah. But I do like Ripatino's squad this year. I think they got the right pieces. And again, Florida could easily dominate the whole course, but it's just a lot of, their non-conference play I just did not like. Early in the year, sure, I just did not like. I got St. John's.
Jonka, Florida or Duke? I've got the Gators in the national championship.
Man. I'm going to say...
And by the way, I'm sorry to Cameron and Caden Boozer as a fellow explorer, but I got to go with the Gators.
I'm going with Duke, not because they're the ACC or whatever. I just think that this isn't the Gators that we saw last year. And I think the Duke Blue Devils have more talent and a deeper roster this year. So I'm going with Duke.
All right. And then Brandon has Hawaii against Virginia.
Yeah. I wonder how that's going to go.
Brandon.
I'm going to go
He's
Virginia.
smiling already. He's smiling.
Bro,
I'm gonna
Brandon, please.
Go Virginia goes
Okay.
over Hawaii. The Cinderella story ends there. But shout out to the Rainbow Warriors, though. Shout out to the Rainbow Warriors.
I'm going Virginia over BYU, Jonka.
I am going to have to agree. I think we're going to see a matchup of the ACC tournament final. Man, this is going to be cinema.
Brandon's national championship is St. John's and Virginia. And I'm going to assume, Brandon, that you're going to have St. John's as the national champions.
Well, believe it or not, no. I actually have Virginia over St. John's. And again, that Virginia team, for what we saw against the Hurricanes, send off their ACC tournament, that team in the right situation can really get on a roll.
They
get on a roll. It doesn't just take turnovers. They got good guard play. The backcourt is one of the better ones in the conference, and I'd probably even say in their region out here in March Madness. For the sense of St. John's, yeah, I could see them making it competitive, but at the same time, man, you got to figure out, they haven't faced a team like the Cavaliers all year, Very fast-paced team. I like the Cavs.
Okay. Jonka, you have Duke and Virginia. Who are you picking? So we already know Brandon is going Virginia Cavaliers as national champions. How about you, Jonka, in your matchup between Duke and Virginia?
This is a tough one because I did watch that Virginia Duke final for the ACC, and it was a lot of back and forth. And Duke took a lead. Virginia got it was back. It was a lot of back and forth. There was really no consistency between both teams. I think this game is going to be probably one of the best championships we'll see in our lifetime. I don't even think Virginia should. I mean, the only reason Virginia is at 3 is because Duke is at 1 and they're in the same conference. That's the only reason. I would see Duke as Duke 1A and then Virginia 1B. I think star power, Duke has got it, but Virginia are just dogs, bro. They just come at you in waves. This is a tough one. No matter what happens, the ACC comes out on top, and I just love it like that. But I think finally, after years of purgatory and just not meeting expectations, I think the Duke Blue Devils and the Boozer Twins finally get it done. I think Duke Blue Devils are the national champions.
Man, they probably think you're more of an explorer than I am.
Probably.
For me, so Jonka's going to Duke Blue Devils as national champions again. Brandon, Virginia Cavaliers as national champions. For me, Florida, Virginia, give me the Gators. Give me the Natty returning to Gainesville. Back-to-back national champions. I really do think it's a real possibility. I'm going Florida. I am going Florida to repeat. And we all got 3 different national champions. Virginia, Duke, and Florida. I'm not going to lie. In this bracket, this is probably in the – how long we've been doing this? What, like 3-4 years already? This is probably the bracket that I feel that the 3 of us have been most aligned on. Because I feel in the past years, like, it's been wild and crazy, and we've had to sort through so many matchups because we had so many different picks. But I really feel the 3 of us were really on unison a lot of these picks in this bracket.
I think the reason that we see this – oh, sorry, Brandon.
I was going to say we're more open now to the idea that a 12 seed can do it. You know, we're more open to it now. You know, this is what the madness is about, man. This is – Hawaii going across, the waters and just, dominating. This is what we're talking about.
I just think the reason that we're all, agreeing and having different choices, I think the NIL, and a couple of years ago, we didn't have, I think the NFL for basketball was just starting. It wasn't as crazy as it is getting now. This is why we're seeing this at the moment. I think we're finally getting it to that point where the top teams are going to be showing up and the bottom teams could potentially show up. It's the money, baby. The money talks now. And it's like
this was our March Madness picks. We'll see how well it does throughout the tournament. Jonka, if you will, please save that. Let's stick with basketball. I want to get Brandon's perspective on this. I haven't heard his opinion on it yet, but there was so much hate on Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points. I woke up the next morning and I was scratching my head like, I'm sorry, am I confused? Did he not score 83 points or did he score 83 points? There was a lot of hate out there for Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, I just think it's just, man, because even if you ask like a regular NBA player, just be like, hey, can you drop 60 tonight?
Oh, there you go. Hold on, you hit the mute button. There you go.
See, the Kobe people online are always trying to silence me.
It was Adam Silver, man.
Adam Silver's out there. Oh, speaking of which, big news as well. There will be a vote about if Las Vegas or Seattle gets an expansion team in 2029. That would be pretty cool. But a lot of people just saw the stats. And I think this is the main thing about the NBA because everyone knows, you guys know I'm a big NBA League Pass guy. Watch the games throughout. If you watch the first half of that, where he's basically at like 50 something or whatever, you can tell he was giving Alex Sarr the work, like the work, like he could not stop anything. And going into the third, you start double teaming Bam Adebayo. He's driving inside, and yeah, he's going to get fouled either way. What people look at the highlights, and you talk about the last 9 minutes of the game, and it's like, was that basketball? Was that basketball? And the Heat aren't apologizing for it. Eric Spoelstra said, I wasn't going to get in the way of this. I was going to, let Bam do his thing. Like, Bam's not apologizing for, literally doing his job on the court. But for people to be, oh, well, what was it? Myron Gardner missing a shot on purpose for they get another possession, or they're starting fouling other guys. Like, who cares? I just find it more insane that the moment that the Wizards saw that history was happening, that they did everything in their power to stop Bam. And I think that's what people are missing out. Like, the Wizards did everything in their power to stop Bam Adebayo from getting 83 points. I don't think people see that. They just see the numbers of 40-plus free throws at the charity stripe. Cool. Awesome. Like, is it also an account the fact that Kobe Bryant also had a few free throws in his 81-point game, let alone in his 60-point game at the end of his career? There was also those situations where he's at the line to break a record, but push to get 60. It's just a part of the game. So for those who are out there talking about, oh, Bam Adebayo, that wasn't basketball the last 9 minutes. It's still, you can't find that night to night. Even if Giannis Antetokounmpo wanted to, and the Bucks were all behind it of like, oh, let's give him a rebound here. Oh, let's do this. He still wouldn't be able to get 80, like off a snap of a finger. And today's NBA, it's more likely now you see these type of numbers. Like Luka had like 70 or something like that. Devin Booker had like 71 in a loss to the Celtics a few years back. Like that could just happen more often nowadays. And I would also say one thing too, and I don't know which NBA player said it, but the fact that Bam had 83, I think Wilt's had 100. Pretty sure Wilt had 100. Don't even need the footage for that. Wilt had that 100, guaranteed.
You know what I thought was funny, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Lakers PA came out during the Lakers warm-up, because obviously it's a West Coast game, and said, ladies and gentlemen, in heartbreaking news, the Miami Heat's Bam Adebayo has surpassed Kobe Bryant in the record. And the entire crypto.com arena started booing. And I was like, I get it. Kobe's your guy, but still, like, as a fan of the game, don't you guys feel like records are meant to be broken?
Eventually. Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, people were a little sour. I mean, just appreciate the greatness. I mean, the guy was hitting every three that he was shooting.
Yeah,
which is
very
weird.
True. I mean, no one even said anything about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander breaking the 20 points per game consecutive record over Wilt, even though this man guaranteed is more than half of his points from the free throw line. And no one bats an eye. When Bam does it, we got to make it a national attention about it.
Jonka?
As I've always said, everyone hates the Heat, period. Now, here's my thing about this whole Bam 83 points thing. I think if I'm correct, it was around 40 points at halftime. The Heat were up 14 at half. I think I have it here. It was 76 to 62. So 14-point lead at half. He's at 40. 14 points is not that much. If you were to, let's say from their argument, sit Bam down at halftime and not play in the rest of the game, because according to you, they were already won that game, what would you have said that the Heat would have lost another double-digit lead in another NBA season? Like, how many double-digit leads have the Heat lost in the last couple of seasons where they should have just won that game? Now, you have 40, 50 heading into the third quarter. You mean to tell me you're not going to go for the record? Like, bro, how many instances have we seen Steph be sat down by Steve Kerr when he's at 60, 65 points, bro? Like, are we just at what point in the future were we're just gonna say, you know what? Because to respect for Kobe, we love you, but in respect to Kobe, we're not. Nobody's allowed to surpass Kobe's 81.
Yeah.
Like, at what point, bro?
Yeah.
If I'm putting up 60 against you, and you're putting up less effort in the first two quarters than you were in the last quarter, F you. I'm gonna score my 83.
Yeah. And give the fans what they want. Like McDaniel when he had 70 and he had just hit a field goal just to get the NFL all-time record for like most points in a single game by a team. Did he give the Dolphins that? Like the Dolphins already have undefeated season. At least add that to the point. Like there's no playoff game to look back at. Look back at that game randomly in like September, whenever it was.
Jonka, did he really bring that up?
Bro, did you really have to bring up that cancer into the show, bro?
I'm just saying it's a good comparison. McDaniel decided to not do the record because it was like, oh, we already won the game. Eric Spoelstra said, screw it, bam, to the last minute, to the last second, go at it. You know, you want to see that as a fan. I mean, if I was a Heat fan, yeah, I would be like, get this guy the ball every single time. I want to see how much he's going to get because he'll never get to that point again. I don't think Bam and
Yeah.
I mean, I think like 2 games later, it was a 8-point.
8 points.
Yeah. No, his per game average dropped to like 50. I couldn't believe it.
This guy, his average, jeez. Oh my god.
Was it cringe for you guys to hear Eric Spoelstra try to beat Conor McGregor and be like, I apologize to absolutely nobody? I was like, come on, man. You could have used something else, like, or your own line instead of using Conor McGregor's.
Yeah, I'm still more shocked the fact that this guy was joking about his house burning down. Like, I totally forgot that happened earlier in the year, man. That was like, you know, when I thought Terry Rozier and the Mafia took down his house. Like,
Oh man.
I feel bad for Spo, man. Talking about, I probably had LeBron's 61-point game and box score. Well, not anymore. It's up in flames. I'm like, damn, you know, like give the man a copy somewhere, Pat. Like, Rob's got to give him a copy of something to like help him rebuild the memorabilia in the household.
What we got to do is schedule a strike against the NBA and Adam Silver for giving us a second round pick for the Terry situation.
Hey,
are we not enraged about this? Like,
I mean, they fixed it.
Yeah, we give them a first, but you give us a second. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Just say you don't like the Miami Heat, bro. Just say it. Just say it at this point.
People were also complaining that said, oh, it just doesn't sound good. Wilt Chamberlain, Bam Adebayo, Kobe Bryant. It doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I mean, look, no one's going to be saying Wilt when they shoot a piece of paper in like a trash can, you know? Bam, there's an onomatopoeia there. You can say Bam, you know? Like, you can do that.
Yeah, you can.
Wilt, Bam, Kobe.
But, like, still, it doesn't beat shooting into the trash can and saying Kobe.
Yeah, I would say one thing, though. Powell should have never said that crap.
Yes.
Because that gives the Kobe people so much fire, man. Like, that gives them so much fire. When you make a list out of that, Wilt, Bam, Kobe, like, tell someone that 2 years ago.
That's true.
Yeah, then age well.
Anyways, we have concluded our time here today on the Plug Talk Sports live show 220. Hope you guys enjoyed. It was a fun one with our March Madness picks. Hope you guys tuned into March Madness and follow us on all of our social media for updates to see how we did on our bracket. We'll keep you guys updated, and we'll see you guys next week for a brand new episode. Have a great night.
Support the troops.